Well, yesterday night we had a lot to do, but I never came up and obviously put out this story up. But obviously, you now know it well that Manuel Ugarte is a United player, and let's welcome him to the club of Manchester United. Welcome Manuel Ugarte to the club of Manchester United. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokan David is my name. I hope you guys are really having fun in what you're really doing, and welcome Manuel Ugarte and Sekou Kone to Manchester United. These two players were unveiled yesterday as players of Manchester United, and the long-awaited unveiling really went ahead to happen, and Manuel Ugarte is now a player for the club of Manchester United. And most of you were really surprised that it took that long, but never say never until it's done. And he's a player that has gone ahead to come in through and really embrace the side of Manchester United, and he's now a player that we are all eagerly waiting to see what he brings onto the table of Manchester United. Not so? So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I came live here and we talked about the UEFA Europa League draws and the new format. And now I'm here to say to it that we discuss these two signings that are going to obviously be unveiled by the club of Manchester United as we'll come them to the club of Manchester United, and what it means for them to be here at the club of Manchester United. One is 23 years of age, that is Manuel Ugarte, and Sekou Kone is obviously 18 years of age. And Gono, morning my friend, and hope everything is really moving on as planned. So we want to obviously hit 20,000 subscribers and continue to subscribe to this channel to see to it that everything really moves on as planned. And we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. We thank Allah for the gift of life. Now, Manuel Ugarte was signed yesterday by the club of Manchester United, and United went ahead to obviously have a story to put up onto their website. And after signing him and unveiling him, this is what Man United had to say, that Manchester United sign Manuel Ugarte. That was the title of the story. It was followed up with 3 paragraphs of things to say about Manuel Ugarte and why United went ahead obviously find him. Man United is pleased to confirm that Manuel Ugarte has joined the club. Subject to registration, the Uruguayan international has signed a contract until June 2029 with the option to extend for a further 1 more year. Last season, Ugarte 23 won the league and Cup double with Paris Saint-Germain before playing every game at the Copa America and being named in the team of the tournament, taking his tally of international cup to 22. Since the start of 2022-2023 season, Ugarte has averaged the second highest number of tackles per 90. Hear that very well, in Europe's major leagues, meaning that we've gone ahead to get in a player who knows exactly what to do, and Manuel Ugarte is that guy that we all needed to bring in through the club of Manchester United. Damian Vigeno, thank you for watching in through. Emmanuel Nyorowo, thank you for watching in through. And Manuel and Adepaye Operemi, thank you for watching in through. Now, what did this guy had to say? That is Manuel Ugarte when he came in through to the club of Manchester United. That's a signing that all of us have been waiting for. We know to it that he's really going to be a game changer. He has gone ahead to win more tackles than any player around Europe in the season of 2022-2023. And that reflects well to the deficiencies of Casemiro, because he cannot win those tackles like how Manuel Ugarte really wins them, meaning that he's going to be an integral figure into the team of Manchester United, though he's not going to be present tomorrow when you're talking on Liverpool. But the fact is, we have him in here, and he's really doing wonders for the club of Manchester United. And good enough is, he's going to be some 2 weeks away, go to Uruguay, plays or get in some minutes, because he has not been playing football ever since he really left the third playoff of the Copa America. You remember? And he has not been playing preseason games with PSG, meaning that these 2-3 games that Uruguay are going to be playing are really going to be important for Manuel Ugarte in how we really want him to be at the club of Manchester United. That's Manuel Ugarte for you. And that's the beautiful bit of it all, that if we were to want him to throw him into the game of Liverpool, he had not gone ahead to gain that much fitness, but he has now 3 games, and I believe he's gonna play all of them. And Erik ten Hag is gonna be in talks with or in dialogue with Marcel Bielsa, the national team manager of Uruguay, to see to it that they get the best out of this player on how to get him known. And for Marcel Bielsa, he knows the player very well, and he's really going to get him to the levels of fitness that by the time we return for Premier League to resume with Carabao Cup and the UEFA Europa League, obviously Manuel Ugarte will be getting straight into the team, provided his fitness levels will really get us to where we want to be. And I know very many United supporters all over the world are going to be non-sleeping, because they are going to be trying to watch those games against Venezuela and others that Ugarte is going to be featuring in, because you saw us watching Manuel Ugarte when he was playing in the Copa America. The moment we got linked to him, we all went and started watching those games, and we watched all the games he played. And this time round, how are the fans of Manchester United going to be reacting to him if at all they know that he's a fully signed player for the club of Manchester United? I think it's really going to be very, very interesting for the guy. Now, what did Manuel Ugarte have to say? Manuel Ugarte had the following to say no sooner he put on that pen onto the dotted lines of the contract. He said, "It is an incredible feeling to join a club of this magnitude, one that is admired all around the world. The project that the football leadership discussed with me is extremely exciting. Manchester United is an ambitious club, and I'm an ambitious player." So we have to give Ineos their flowers and their props. Why? They have a better plan for this club, and the reason as to why it's very easy for them to convince these young stars to come in through and join the club of Manchester United, it's because of the project they present. And that project comes in through with lots of promises of us getting in players that are really young. When you look at the players that we've gone ahead to bring in towards the club of Manchester United, these players are really young. Manuel Ugarte, 23 years of age. Mazrui, 26 years of age. Matthias De Ligt, 25 years of age. Lenny Yoro, 18 years of age. Joshua Zexi, 23 years of age. Manu Sekou is 18 years of age. Chido Obi Martins from Arsenal to Manchester United, he's just 16 and is going to make 17 years of age. Now, if the project is all about building the structure on you to be the spine of the team, and see to it that in the coming years, you people come out and obviously be the team to win, that is really the best way to go. And they're really having a manager who is good at obviously grooming those youngsters and turning them into better players. So I think the combination of Ineos and Erik ten Hag cannot see any team win a battle of a youngster when Manchester United is really having him, and with the experience and the expertise of the additions into our football hierarchy, like Omar Berrada, Jason Wilcox, Christopher Vivell, and Dan Ashworth, I think there is no way a player can reject Manchester United or turn us down, because we looks like we're the next big thing. And Manuel Ugarte says, I've gone ahead to come in through because these people have shown me how ambitious they are, and I'm an ambitious player. And obviously, he'll have to prove a point to PSG that, see what you missed. And we all believe in what Ugarte can do. Ugarte is the guy. Ugarte is a very good player. In my country, I've gone ahead to see some pundits come out and say he's not good at passing the ball. For me, all I can say is Ugarte is a complete midfielder. That is it. Anything you would wish your midfielder to have, Manuel Ugarte has it. If you want him to really do the tackles, he does it very well. Get that ball from the back four and really connect the midfield to the attack, he does it very well. The tackles, he's really good. The physicality, he's really good. His mobility to cover space, to cover huge acres of space in the central axis, he can really offer you that. So anyone who doubts this guy's abilities as a midfielder has not gone ahead obviously be watching this guy. For me, I started watching him before he even crossed to Sporting Lisbon, And at Sporting Lisbon, I watched him. At PSG, I watched him too in the first season, and I tell you, this guy is one of a kind. So he's a player that is gonna really rejuvenize this midfield of Manchester United and take it to the next level. Everything that Casemiro is very deficient of, this guy can come in through and offer us the best. That is Manuel Ugarte for you. Then we had another guy called Ugarte said, the passion of supporters is something that is very important to me. I know how incredible United fans are, and I cannot wait to experience at Old Trafford. I'm someone who is so determined to succeed. I will sacrifice and give everything for my teammates. And these are the players that we want. I can take you back to what Ralf Rangnick said, that he wants to have players on the first contracts, because a player on the first contract will obviously do all what it takes to get a second contract. And him being 23 years of age, he knows to it that if he puts in performances in 1 or 2 seasons that are really consistent and very appreciated, he will be one of those players that can even hit £300,000 a week. He knows it very well, and he's having a very good agent that knows to negotiate such deals in the names of George Mendes. So that gives him a very huge goal to see to it that he earns huge monies at the club of Manchester United. As Ineos is like, we cannot fail to pay a player £1 million a week provided he's worth it. But they're not willing to offer deals to players when they're not worth it. And we look at Rashford, I tell you, he wasn't worth that amount of money, and is earning £330,000 a week. That is Marcus Rashford for you, meaning that they gave it to him because of 1 season. But for Ineos, they'll obviously take huge scrutiny on a player before they obviously offer him the best. But he says he just can't wait to obviously meet the fans of Manchester United at Old Trafford. Now, tomorrow is the day. We know he's really going to be unveiled, and he's going to be really holding that shirt number like he saw like he saw Rasmus Højlund, get unveiled at Old Trafford. And this guy is obviously going to be unveiled, come out holding that shirt number, and he's really going to be that player that everyone is going to be really hailing at and will be like, oh, we are going to be missing him in the game of Liverpool. Obviously, we're going to be missing him in the game of Liverpool because when you look at the game of Liverpool, we don't have Scott McTominay, and when you don't have Scott McTominay and you don't have this other guy called, what's his name? If you don't have Scott McTominay and if you don't have Scott McTominay, one, and this other guy called Mason Mount, I think we are going to be looking lightweight into the midfield. And no one would love to see to it that we are looking really lightweight into the midfield. And everyone would be pushing in to see to it that we get this guy onto the wheel. And that is Manuel Ugarte. But it's unfortunate that he has not gone ahead to be registered on time to feature into the club of Manchester United. And then Ugarte concluded and said, together we will fight to win trophies and reach the level where this club needs to be. Have you heard that? He has said, together. You get? Together. A moment. So he says we are gonna win trophies together. That's what Manuel Ugarte is really saying. And for me, I've been talking with my friend called Enoch. He supports Man United. You get? And he was of a view that Ten Hag is not doing his job. And I was like, I think it's you who's not doing your job, because you have to obviously face what we call the reality. And what is the cold, harsh truth? The cold, harsh truth is Manchester United has been lacking what we call an industrious, intensious, and aggressive midfielder to shield that back four like Manuel Ugarte. And that has reflected onto the club of Manchester United for a very long period of time possible, ever since the likes of Michael Carrick really left. It was really even a problem for Manchester United even when Sir Alex Ferguson was here. You remember those days when Sir Alex Ferguson played Rio Ferdinand as a number 6 or a CDM. He played Alan Smith as the CDM. After Roy Keane left, we suffered a lot into that position. Not until Michael Carrick and Owen Hargreaves came in through, and we had 2 players that could act as anchormans or anchormen into our team of Manchester United. So, with Manuel Ugarte coming in through, we are solving a problem that has been here for almost a decade. And we are getting in a young midfielder, because when Bastian came in through, Bastian Schweinsteiger from Bayern Munich, he was grown and couldn't obviously match the levels. Matic came in through and he was past his mid-20s. I think he came in through at the age of 27 at the club of Manchester United, meaning that he gave us some 2 good seasons and then he fell off, you know. Then a Casemiro came in through, who is old, and now for the very first time we've gone ahead to do what Sir Alex Ferguson did, to sign a young Michael Carrick from Tottenham Hotspur to Manchester United, and Manuel Ugarte, 23 years of age, one of the orchestras of that position, is in, and he's really a South American player and has all the attributes to obviously take this to the next level at the club of Manchester United. So for me, I believe in him, and I know all is really gonna do well. And him coming in through to play for the club of Manchester United shows you that we are obviously gonna improve a lot into that midfield, and we are gonna compete. And leave alone these first 3 games, forget about them. But the coming games after this one are really gonna be very important for the club of Manchester United. Then Dan Ashworth had something to say. He said signing Manuel Ugarte was another of our primary targets. That's what he has gone ahead to say, that signing Manuel Ugarte was a primary target for the club of Manchester United. That's what he has gone ahead to say, that signing Manuel And he said he's among the best sorry about that. He said he's among the very best ball-winning midfielders in the world and has an excellent record at both club and international level. His qualities, experience, passion will be great complement to our midfielders. Obviously, he's among the very best ball-winning midfielders. And I tell you this, if you're having a Kobe Mainoo alongside you, you know, all you need is to have what we call a ball-winning midfielder. Win the ball, give it to the guy next to you, either Lisandro Martinez, you get? Either Lisandro Martinez or Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mainoo. If Matthias De Ligt is there, he will also come in through and obviously get you the best of performances that you'll ever want to get in from a player like him. You understand? So, as it stands, I believe a lot into Manuel Ugarte as one of those players that is going to come up and obviously transform what United's new picture is going to be like into the game. Because winning and shielding that back four has always going to hate to be a problem for Manchester United for those very many times. But I want to let you know that United is really going to come up with a solution to this. And finally, the player has been brought in, and I think no one really has a doubt into what this player can do because his qualities are really undoubted. Then Dan Ashworth added and said Manuel Ugarte is a player we've watched closely and we're excited to see the positive impact he will make on the pitch and in the dressing room as we continue to strive for success. Obviously, he's that good player. Then the manager himself, Erik ten Hag, has said Manuel Ugarte has the grit. He fits very well with Manchester United and this team that needs control, aggression. He's very brave and I'm very sure he will contribute to our success. So, The manager has spoken it all out well, and who else is here to obviously say no to the guy? So Manuel Ugarte is in. He's a brave player, and the manager believes in his qualities, and he knows to it that he's really gonna come in through and put in the required shift altogether. Now, for those that never obviously saw these photos of this guy coming in through at the side of coming in through at the side of Manchester United, obviously, let's have a little bit. I'm trying to look for how to obviously get you these photos. So this is Manuel Ugarte arriving at Carrington, and here he comes, obviously doing the needful. The man on the camera looks like Lisandro Martinez, but I know he's not the one. But Manuel Ugarte at Carrington, and you see him entering Carrington, and him and Eric Ten Hag obviously taking a photo, and then him putting pen to paper onto the Manchester United contract. That is Manuel Ugarte for you, and he's now officially a player for Manchester United, though he was not registered on time to see to it that we really see him coming in through. Manuel Ugarte will start against Liverpool tomorrow. No, he has not gone ahead to be registered on time. Adepare Opeyemi, good morning. Morris, good afternoon. Rokani, good afternoon. Then Bainito, big up brother. We are following. All right, thank you for following in through. Bolingo, Baidhon, let's hope Ten Hag will meet our expectations. I think he will. He will, because now he has a midfielder. But my worry is, if he gets injured, that is it. If he gets injured, how are we really going to work on with that? Then Onesimus, good morning, Abadi. January, we need a left back, 2 CDMs and 2 centre backs. Good job for the signing. Ugarte and Kone in the mix of Mainu, Great Casemiro, Maguire, Victor Lindelof, Rashford, Luke Shaw out. I believe the progress of the injuries of Malacia, whom I've gone ahead to see train with the club, train alone, and Luke Shaw will give us what to do in the January transfer window. If they continue to be injury prone, then they will be need obviously buy a left back in the January transfer window. You get? But I don't see these players leave. I think for Victor Lindelof, he can leave in January. Harry Maguire, it's really going to be hard for him to leave. Allow Dickens, Mr. Aradi, people are not saying anything about the boy bought from Crystal Palace. Is he also good enough? Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. And I think he really went ahead to start in a game. Was it the under-18s? Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. Allow Dickens, Mr. Aradi never added another CDM apart from Ugarte. Is Kone good enough to play some games in case Ugarte is injured? The boy is good. Let's all admit the boy is good. And that's the topic we are tackling in next after this video. Sorry, after this story, I'm going to be really throwing into those expectations from this young man. And to see to it that the club sources are really coming out to reveal to us that he's a player they've been looking at for some time. I tell you, a lot is happening. Mother Care Junior School, we need consistent wins to boost the team moods. All right, thank you. And that is going to start in through. And I think we're going to be beating Liverpool. I came out and say, I said 3-2 win for the club of Manchester United Old Trafford. Kisitu says, hello Aradi. Thanks for the update. All right, thank you very much. And if at all you are to ask me which game the players of United know to rise most, it's Liverpool. Remember how we went ahead to obviously knock them out of the FA Cup, and when the game ended 2-2 into the Premier League. You get? So for me, I'm not afraid about Liverpool, you know. Now, he's known as Sekou Kone, signed for Manchester United yesterday officially. And we are told by the United Stand that sources confirm Sekou Kone was first scouted by the club's future talent scouting team at the Under-17 World Cup in November 2023. Multiple staff watched him throughout tournament. Sorry about that. Multiple staff watched him throughout the tournament and identified a player of significant interest to follow. So they saw him last year and they went ahead to follow up on him. And when Ineos took over, They proposed something to obviously sign the player, and finally, the player has found himself a place to be at the club of Manchester United. Then, we've also gone ahead to be told by Stephen Railstone that Kone is thought to have a mixture of qualities, technical composure, and quality with both feet that will help him in England, and United were impressed by his intensity and physical ability. So, the player is 18, but he is that real deal that you'll obviously want to have in your team. And I tell you, if you don't know how good this player is, just keep your eyes onto the screens of Man United TV, and this guy is first going to be put in the under-18s, but I think he's going to be training with the first team. And if at all impresses Erik Ten Hag, don't be surprised when Ten Hag gets him in the team anytime from now. And a flashback, when United signed Alejandro Garnacho as a teenager in 2022, he undertook intensive English lessons and was given access to documentaries on the club and Manchester. The same treatment will be given to Kone and more because Garnacho signed during the pandemic, which limited the care for or from the club. So, Kone is coming in through at one of the biggest clubs in the world, and they know he comes in from a French-speaking world, and he is really going to be taught English. That is it. And they want him to obviously feel at home and show him why they brought him at the age of 18 and how United has going to be transformed by players that have been young. You get? United is one of those teams that have gone ahead to sign very many finished products, but few of those finished products have gone ahead to come in through and take United to the biggest stages and levels. Now, let's go to the players that really made the history, the Busby Babes, you know, those that really died in a plane crash. The youngsters got him from the academy and really put high. Ferguson comes in through. Guess what he does? After getting in the Eric Cantonas of this world, the Peter Schmeichels, you understand, he went ahead, the Andre Cole, the Dwight Yorks. He had to introduce youngsters like Nicky Butt, Phil Neville, Gary Neville, David Beckham, Paul Scholes. You get? And he got them into the team of Manchester United, and they formed what we call the class of 1999. Then after that phase, you saw the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer who came in through when they're young from Molde, scored the winner into the mix. Then he went ahead to get in another phase of youngsters, Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, you get? And they saw us win the Champions League after 1999 and very many others, you know? And you've gone ahead to see very many youngsters, you know, that have gone ahead to hold the club. And if you look at the club of Manchester United right now, if you are to be asked which players are the spine of the team, most of them are young. Dalot came in through at the age of 18. Luke Shaw, I think he came in through at the age of 19. And all those were not finished. And all those were not finished. All those were not finished articles. Kobe Mainoo, look at him. He's a very good youngster. Look at Amad Diallo. Look at Garnacho. Look at Rasmus Højlund. You get? The spine is really young. Marcus Rashford, at the age of 17, 18, he made his debut for the club of Manchester United. So, those players that are really young are the spine of the team. That's why Sekou Kone had to be taken through all this to understand that Man United is really the right place for him to be, because it's the youngsters that are going to transform the history of this club to being the most supported club in the world. Samuel Lucas said United not actually considering Sekou Kone as an academy signing. Obviously, at the age of 18, there is no way you're going to be an academy signing, because 18, you are old enough. And he has the physicalities that Erik Ten Hag, he has the physical attributes that Erik Ten Hag considers very integral to see it that everything moves on as planned. So, welcome the boy known as Kone to the club of Manchester United, and we anticipate that he's really going to be enjoying himself at the club of Manchester United. So, we wait and see how things are really going to be panning out for him. And this is how he was with Jason Wilcox as he signed his contract at the club of Manchester United. That is Sekou Kone, and that is him holding the shirt of Manchester United. and he's now a Red Devil. First young African player, by the way, that we're going to straight, that United has gone ahead obviously signed straight from Mali. You understand? And he's really one of the best. And you saw the stats that came in through from Amad Diallo, that it was when Amad Diallo went ahead to score a goal, I think that was one of the first goals from, that was the first goal that two Africans got involved in, because Mazrui was responsible for the assist and Amad Diallo scored. So it shows you how bad these African players have been working in the club of Manchester United. But I think this breed of African players is really going to do wonders, like Onana, Amad Diallo, Mazrui, you get? And now that player in Kone, who we anticipate that is going to come in through and obviously put in the required shift altogether into the mix. Chisitu Caesar, thank you. Morris already, I believe this season will be a success to Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, it's really gonna be. It's all about him getting his starting 11 right. And the beauty is that Rasmus Højlund is back. And if I told you having Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, you have no excuse to give of not starting any center forward into the team. Jason Nwapa, sorry, who is the Crystal Palace player we brought? I've forgotten the name, but he's a good player. Can play the left wing and right wing. Nyango Kenneth, you are overwhelmed with joy, all right. Then Sempala Willie, United lacked that joint between the defensive line and the attacking line, and I hope Ugarte will solve the puzzle. Obviously, he's gonna be the piece to obviously elevate that puzzle into a reality. In here onto the United Matters channel. For everyone that's been part of this channel, thank you for obviously watching us. It has been a blessing to have you in here for you. And from United Matters channel and me, we say good afternoon. We are going to be returning soon with more news and information about this club of Manchester United. Big stories coming in through. Rabiot still linked to Manchester United. Could Eriksson be moving out to Turkey, or Lindelof can be doing that move? May the living to God bless you abundantly, and for the Muslims, may Allah bless you.